Aptis listening test. Take time to read the questions by using the pause button.
Question 1.
Listen to the airport announcement. What time will the plane now depart?
This is an announcement for passengers on flight AZ232 to New York. Although the flight was scheduled for 10, this flight will be 1 hour late due to bad weather conditions. It will now leave at 11 o'clock and is due to arrive at 6:30. Please, can all passengers from this flight go to gate 10? We apologize for the delay to your journey.
The plane will now leave at A. 6:30, B. 10 o'clock, C. 11 o'clock, D. 12 o'clock.
Question 2.
You hear an announcement about promotions in a large department store. Which items have the best discount at the moment?
Welcome to Fraser's Department Store. We'd like to remind all customers that there are a number of special promotions this week. Come to the 5th floor to enjoy fantastic savings on electrical appliances. Get up to 40% off TVs and DVD players this week. On the 3rd floor, we have special offers on kitchen utensils and crockery. Buy one, get one half price. In our clothing department, get a huge 60% off all brands of trainers, plus a 30% discount on all other sports clothing. On the ground floor, save as much as 50% on beauty products. Finally, as an extra bonus, all customers who use their store cards this weekend can earn triple points. Remember, the promotions end Friday.
The biggest discounts can be found on A. Kitchen appliances, B. TVs and DVDs, C. Sports shoes, D. Beauty products.
Question 3.
Listen to a book review on the radio. What is the critic's opinion of the book?
I must admit that this has been a difficult book to review subjectively, as the true story it's based on is so terrible. I find myself not wanting to be critical in any way. However, as a professional, I must muddle on, so here it is. The book painted a picture of the horrors of the event so vividly that it transports the reader to those times. I felt incredibly encouraged by the strength and resilience of the main characters. What happened to the man was heartbreaking, and his chances of survival so low that it was so difficult to believe at times. But being based on a true story meant that I had to. The only downside of the book was the sometimes awkward signs that the author is no professional writer, but that in no way affects the uplifting effect the book will have on readers.
The critic believes the book is A. Inspirational, B. Awful, C. Uncomplicated, D. Unbelievable.
Question 4.
You hear a message about an event. What type of event is it this year?
Next month, Boston Town Hall is hosting a special event on Native American Indian culture. On Friday evening, there will be a display of traditional American Indian dress. On Saturday, you can listen to some of the traditional music they used to play, which was linked to the making of their arts and crafts. Although this event is mainly focused on their outfits and headdresses, next year we'll offer a folk festival theme on American Indians' folk traditions. There will be typical tradition dishes that visitors can taste. We hope you enjoy this year's festivals and come back next year.
This year's event is A. An art exhibition, B. A music festival, C. A folk festival, D. A costume festival.
Question 5.
You hear information about a sporting event. Where and when will the ladies' event start?
Welcome everyone to the annual Lakeside Cycle Race. We have races today in the men's, women's, and children's categories. All races will finish by 2 o'clock today, when we will all meet for the awards ceremony at the Boathouse Cafe. The men's race will start from the main gates in a few minutes at 8 o'clock, with the women's race starting half an hour later from the south gate. The kids' race will start at the later time of 10 o'clock, again from the main gate. Good luck, everyone, and see you at the cafe for a well-earned free drink.
Where and when will the ladies' event start? A. The boathouse at 2 o'clock. B. The main gate at 8:30. C. The south gate at 8:30. D. The main gate at 10 o'clock.
Question 6.
You can hear a paragliding instructor give instructions. Which route is the safest?
Let me see. I don't think I was very clear, so I'll go over it one more time. Remember that paragliding is a safe leisure activity if you follow the correct procedures. People can paraglide in many different ways, but most of us do it close to the mountains. One might think that being away from the mountains or trying to stay close to the ground might be a safer option, but it couldn't be further from the truth, as wind currents are unpredictable and you might lose control. So if you want to avoid that, you must go along the mountains, as the currents there are quite predictable and you have the cover from the slopes. Are there any questions?
The safest route is A. As high as possible. B. Along the mountains. C. Away from the mountains. D. As low as possible.
Question 7.
Listen to a radio show. What's the most important advice given?
Welcome to today's program. On today's show, we're going to give you some tips on how to find a job. Employers say that there's big competition in every career, as there are simply too many people applying for the same jobs. Obviously, this can be challenging for applicants. That's why thinking about your career objectives first is vital. There are other important aspects too. Experts say that to study the market you want to apply in. It's a secondary step one must do before creating a plan of action. Once you've done this, you must act on the feedback you get from your application. There must be something you're missing that you can certainly improve on in the future.
The most important thing is to A. Think about your objectives. B. Create a plan. C. Act on feedback. D. Study the market.
Question 8.
You hear news report on the radio about a robbery. What did the thieves steal?
2 women were arrested yesterday for theft following an incident at a bank on Belgrave Street. Witnesses saw the perpetrators leaving the bank with a pile of papers before entering a black car which was parked outside the cash machine on the corner of the street. Police believe the women were involved in an identity theft criminal network and were planning to use the stolen information to access money in the accounts of the clients of the bank.
The thieves stole A. A bank. B. Money. C. Documents. D. A car.
Question 9.
You can hear 2 friends speaking about a book. What do they think of it?
Did you read the last book by Sir Richard?
Yeah, it's a bestseller. Everyone has.
Well, I found it a bit boring, to be honest.
Really? I think it's really easy to read, modern, and, well, it's a bestseller, so I'm sure that no one is really disappointed with it.
Of course not. I think it was all right in the beginning, but halfway through it was quite predictable and it was really slow-moving.
Yeah, I think it went a little bit like that, I guess. You might be right, I guess. It's certainly not as interesting as his other works.
It's definitely a bore.
They think that the book is A. Disappointing. B. Dull. C. Convoluted. D. Outdated.
Question 10.
Listen to a radio program about a man living in the country. What does he think about the country?
So today's program is about the living experiences of foreigners in the country. How do they find it? We'll find out today with Malik. Hi, Malik. A big welcome to the program today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell us about when you came to this country?
Well, I came here as a refugee 10 years ago. I love it so far as I have loads of friends and I really feel attached to this country.
That's great. I bet you're really content. How about your plans for the future?
Well, I was planning on going to university like my friends at college, but I feel a bit disheartened, to be honest.
Really? Could you tell the listeners why that is?
Well, they accepted me in the university I applied to, but I have some issues. I need to get a stamp on my visa. It's one of those red tape problems, you know?
Ah, I see. We've all had those. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm hoping so. I have my fingers crossed that my refugee status won't stop me from studying to become a human rights lawyer.
What does he think about the country? A. He's really happy about getting a visa. B. He's really sad about going to university. C. He loves everything. D. He feels discouraged by bureaucracy.